All right, team, welcome to a very special edition of Chic Chat. And I'm Natalie from High Left Off Road, where you dream it and we build it. And I'll be one of your hosts on this episode, a very special roundtable episode of Chic Chat. And don't forget, Chic Chat is the place where we celebrate the perfect fusion of style and adventure. Jeeps have long been synonymous with ruggedness, freedom, and the spirit of adventure. And who says women can't embrace all that and more? As I stutter, Janet, here's to you.
That's right. So I'm Janet with Precision Graphics and Marketing, where you can brand your legacy. And we are live while we're recording this roundtable. It's our first ever roundtable episode that we're doing with Chic Chat. And you have all female hosts and guests here on our episode. I'm live on the JTS Chic Chat Instagram. So if you're not there, go and give us a follow because we may go live every now and then. I'm also live on my personal TikTok, charlie.jku. And we are just live all over the place. So if you're not catching us here as a recorded episode, just follow our live notifications and you're going to see us wherever we go. Now, we do have Amanda Looney with us, but it's storming where she's at. So her internet is in and out. So she's going to pop in and pop out. Like she's like this popular, like I can only be one place at a time.
She's doing the most Texas thing possible right now. So it's raining.
It's raining and she's just like, okay, I'll come in and out. But as a special guest today, we have Deb with Beaman Builds. Welcome, Deb, to our very first roundtable.
So excited to be here. Thank you, guys.
We're so happy to have you. I had the privilege of wheeling with Deb and her husband, Wes, in Moab, Utah at EJS. And when I say that these are the happiest and sweetest couple that I've ever met, and they can rock some rock crawling. So
I'm sure. I'm so bummed I missed seeing you there, Deb. Oh gosh, we all were like orbiting each other and just could not make it. Unless we met at Mavericks in the morning for the the Moab burrito, I had a hard time seeing everybody.
I know.
Man, Easter Jeep Safari was awesome, and I loved wheeling with you. You killed it, seriously.
It was so much fun. And we got caught in snow. We got caught in sandstorms. Any kind of weather imaginable, we hit it while we were at EJS. But I have been following Deb's live. She goes live almost nightly, especially while they were doing this massive build. Deb, can you tell us a little bit about that before we go on to our topic for our roundtable?
Well, it definitely isn't Jeep related, but
right.
Yeah, so Wes and I have been building this third gen Cummins. So we had it completely torn down to the chassis, and he had this very ambitious idea of, hey, I'm going to finish this in 3 months. And me like thinking, oh, you say you can do that. I had no idea the amount of work it was going to take. It literally was every single day after work that Wes would get home. And of course, builds don't go perfectly, right?
Never. Never.
A lot of times we were up till 3 a.m. and these guys on my TikTok live were with us till 3 a.m. and we legitimately didn't even finish it until like the day of the event that he had his goals set for. But there's a good, it's a happy ending. We had the goal to hit 1,200 horsepower with side piece, which is the truck's name because Wes likes to spend more time with the truck than with me. Just
I was wondering whose side piece was on your profile. Now I know.
It's 100% was my idea. 100%. Just like peer pressure was because of these guys. They peer pressured me into buying a mega cab. Anyways, that's another story. But we took it to the event, and our goal was 1,200 horsepower, and we hit 1,320 horsepower.
Yeah,
and then a week later, we took it to another event and we hit 1,649.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
I will say, I admit, one time I was watching your live and I fell asleep while it was on, and I woke up at 1 a.m. and it was still going.
Oh my God.
That is dedication. They were working so hard. So I love watching you guys. I was so excited to see the paint, the wrap, all the little modifications y'all did. And of course the engine, coming to fruition. So I'm honored to have you here today. Her Jeep name is, can you say what it is?
Debicon, because I don't have any fancy names. I don't come up with cool names like Charlie. I love the name Charlie from Top Gun. Freaking loved it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
because I don't have any imagination or anything, so you think of Rubicon, like, so it's the Debicon and the Wessicon. The way I see
love
it is
it.
Perfect.
they won't forget our names, right?
Nope.
Right.
So, and you did force us. You did.
I love it.
Anyways, I'm talking to the live people here, but yes. So we've got the Debicon and the Wessicon, and so the Wessicon is a 1998 TJ, which has no more TJ parts in it. Basically, he has Wessified it just like he Wessified side piece. It's LS swapped. It is just an absolute monster, and
It is a beast.
It is. It is. And so we ended up starting our channel and all of this kind of stuff because we never documented building the Wessicon. I mean, we've got a few pictures, but for people to have seen that build come to fruition would have just been amazing, absolutely amazing. The Wessicon would have its own following, just like Side Piece has its own following. So we decided if we were ever going to do another like major build again, that we would do that, and that's what we did. So
wonderful. Well, good. We're so happy to have you here. And on our Chic Chat first roundtable episode, Natalie, what are we going to talk about today? Amongst everything else that we can possibly think of, but our main topic today is, because Natalie and I can just talk about anything.
I know, it's
we're
bad.
going to try to stick to this topic.
I mean, there's a cat walking in the room. So, I mean, squirrel. So, guys,
Exactly.
The debut topic is $500 builds. What can you do with a $500 budget for a modification? So there is there's a budget for everyone, because in reality, that's what this is. It's what we have to do. And it can be from, the $500 level to $1,000 to 6-figure budgets. But there's just about something for everyone. So it's kind of fun to get creative. Let's start with $500.
$500. And I think in this economy, right? So we're getting to a really fragile state. I think we're starting to see a turn where people were modifying their toys and buying new stuff. And now you get on Marketplace and you see people unloading stuff.
Yes.
They're selling things left and right. And I think the very last thing they're going to do is actually sell their toy. You don't want to do that. You're trying to hold on to that with dear life. But if you get on Facebook Marketplace, what can you buy for $500? It doesn't necessarily have to be new, right? You can go and buy somebody's used parts. I have a ton of used parts on Charlie.
Yep.
A lot of new ones. But I mean, and we talked about this at our Chic Chat episode that debuted this morning, that came out this morning.
Hey,
but,
better late than never.
Better late. We're always a day late. But the shackles. Yeah. Shackles. Like you need shackles.
Yes, you do.
If you want to protect your investment, especially if you have aftermarket bumpers, if you're going to get out there and get rowdy, you want to get them shackles done.
You do. You do. So is that going to be your $500 modification?
Well, I've been thinking about this all day, and I'm going to sit here and cross my arms. I've been thinking about this all day. What besides shackles? Too.
This was hard. I got to be honest.
It was hard because I'm bumper, no. Wheels and tires, obviously not. Long arms, no. So I'm trying to think of something. You know what else you can get? You can also get Jeep decals for less than $500.
You can.
Customize your Jeep at Precision Graphics and Marketing.
Yeah.
You can get those. Deb, what do you think? What do you think you can get for $500 that you can put on Wessicon or Debicon?
So I kind of actually went through some of the things that we already did add and things that we are planning to add and which ones I felt were the best ones. So I've got a few of them. Number one, the tube doors that I have on the Debicon.
Yes.
Tube doors. So we got those off of Amazon pretty cheap. You can get several different ones. So you can go to Hook, you can go to Maker, anywhere on Amazon. You can get some good tube doors for under $500. Mine were under $500, and I always run with no doors and no top because, well, if you've watched me wheel, you know. So it's one of those, if you know. So my fenders will tell the whole story if if you want to know. So I feel like that's a good one. Right now, from personal experience, I would love to give my ball joints, Wes.
Ooh.
If you are listening, I have them in the shop right now. Do my ball joints. Come on.
Yes.
That's under $500, just saying.
Yeah.
Another good option. And you actually probably could do a couple of these together. So whether you're, and I put them into two different categories, and that is Micah and Amanda are trying to join me on my live right here.
Oh, there you go. She's trying. She's trying like crazy.
She's trying. And I don't know how to do that with this, but let me start over. So you could do these two together. So think of lights, right? Whether you are, and I put these two type of Jeepers into two different categories, and I shall call them duck Jeeps and non-duck Jeeps.
Okay.
So whether you're a duck Jeep or a non-duck Jeep, going for lights. So rock lights and a light bar. I still don't have my rock lights installed yet, Wes, but we did get some rock lights from the Salt Lake Expo. I think they're from Quake. I think they're Quake lighting. And these are cool because you can change the colors on them and everything. And there's a bunch of different ones that you could put in your wheel wells and everything. I think those were like $300, and then you can get a light bar. Wes went with an Amazon special, so I think that was like 80 something bucks. So you can get both of them for under $500. Yeah. So, and what they do, not only do they look cool because you can get different colors if you're a duck Jeep, but if you are a trail Jeep, you can wheel at night. You can see your obstacles. And on top of that, if you break, which definitely has never happened to us in the middle of the night. Never. You can actually see what you're fixing in the middle of the night, which helps a ton.
Super helpful.
Because you always break in the middle of the night.
Absolutely.
If you're going to go night wheeling, you're going to break.
Yep.
Yeah. But it also helps loading and unloading the trailer when you're doing all that stuff, finding where your tires are. That's super helpful if you're having to do that in the middle of the night as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, Natalie.
I have a couple more if you want more of my ideas.
Well, I will say I like that you separated it in the categories, like the duck Jeep versus trail Jeep. I think you jogged my memory a little bit. I think that covers both. What about upgrading your steering stabilizer? So if you're a duck Jeep, you'll probably still have your stock steering, but something that can really help. I know we do the Falcon steering stabilizer is a major hit at High Life Off-Road. We sell a lot of those. And, sometimes you can't just go full bore with PSC. So where can you start? And Falcon is a great start, or Fox. Fox Factory is fantastic. I'm just a little bit partial to that Falcon and Terraflex. Hey, Mark. But that's a great one. I think that can cover both. And it's about $323. So you still have some money left over to pull in a light bar.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I love it. How much are sway bar disconnects going for these days? I know some people don't use them, but
between $100 and $200.
Yeah,
that's
a great one.
Has some. Yep.
Yeah. We are aware that some Jeepers don't even know what they are, but if you're going to actually use them and go off-roading, you can get you some quick disconnects. It's going to be super helpful. You do the ones that I have, you just pull the pin, pull them out, push them up, and put those pins in your cup holder because you will always lose them.
Always.
You will lose them. Buy them in bulk at Home Depot.
The Apex design ones are a lot of fun too. We've been finding that more for our more mature customer. I'm being polite, if you know what I mean. Because you pull up on the tubing and you just pull up on it, then you just press down when you're done. We're seeing such a wide demographic right now in our 101 classes where you're either 16 or you're 68. So sometimes the hands have they hurt a little bit. So we've been finding those Apex ones have been absolutely fantastic. the auto link. And those run around like $475, $480. So we're still coming in.
The price is right.
Yep.
The price is right. You got.
That is not individually. I get that question a lot, actually. Is that just per one? No. Definitely the pair.
For the pair. Yes. Like the price is right. You come up right under, right underneath. And Amanda is an Apex girly.
She is.
On her Jeep. So she has the steering with them as well. So very, very good investment on that one. Let's hope. Does Amanda hear us? Amanda,
I think he does.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, I think she's still going in and out.
Perfectly.
No, I'm also an Apex girl with her too. So I have that.
That's right. You are.
Yep. So the whole steering on Debicon is the Apex. And then also we put Apex on side piece as well. So it's
wonderful.
And side piece drives like no other Dodge is probably the best steering Dodge on the planet.
Sure.
So yeah,
I love it.
Good stuff.
I do run a 2500 for my tow pig. It is, a gasser.
Oh, girl.
Wish it was that Cummins, but I envy, so when I see the Ram out there just doing its work, and they are workhorses. And I never believed it until I got one, and they are absolute workhorses. So I love what y'all did to yours. And I keep getting off subject because I'm like, let's talk about the Ram. Jeep talk. Jeep.
Hey, I'm a big fan of the Ram. I rented that 5500 to go to Daytona to pull that big trailer, and oh my God, I loved it. Because I'm a Chevy girl. I really am a Chevy girl, but man, that Ram 5500 was amazing.
Oh yeah, and they're so comfortable inside too. Well, the 2500 is. I think when you start getting up to the more work related trucks, they get a little bit more uncomfortable. But my 2500, I'll take it all day, every day.
Absolutely.
Just keep me out of the mountains because that's tough when you're towing.
Yes. Oh, Amanda, right. I feel so bad, girl.
I know.
I mean, I can link the two together. We had to get a 3500 so that we could tow our Jeeps.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. I think Rams when they're towing the 3500. If you're just hauling one, it's like there's nothing behind it. But when you're, I don't know how it is when you're hauling two. How is it? Just
it's not bad.
Nothing, like you're just cruising it.
I did it today with our 40 foot. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it's like it's not there.
Oh gosh,
I had stock heats on there, but it still wasn't bad.
I bet. So Deb, you had your two categories. So you had the duck Jeeps, and we kind of started going into the other category. What do you have on your non-duck Jeeps? On
my non-duck Jeeps? Well, I mean, I've got lots of stuff on my non-duck Jeeps. So my non-duck Jeeps have, so let's just start off with, we've got the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss X. They're the 40-inch tires on the Trilogy beadlock from Pro Comp. I do have the Revolution gear and axles. So we re-geared it to 488 and I got the chromoly axles with it, which are great. I think one of the very, very best upgrades that you can do, which does not fall under the $500 category, but if you can splurge for it, is probably the best upgrade I've made, was the PSC steer assist. Because frankly, when you can't steer when you're on an obstacle, it friggin' sucks. So ask me how I know.
Right.
So I also, like I had mentioned, I have the Apex 2.5 ton steering kit. I do have the Banks pedal monster. I have the S&B cooled air intake I also have the King racing shocks. For my winch, I have the Smitty built, which we're having to kind of replace a little bit because I did do the Next Venture chop bumper. So I have the 3.5 inch chop frame bumper, so it kind of sets inside a little bit. I did a little bit of research on that one, and yes, it is a little bit over the $500, but right now they're running like an 18% discount, so it gets you really close to the $500 mark that we're talking about. And that one was a very, very good purchase for us, just because it helps my approach angle so much. So doing that whole chop bumper was great. Let's see, I have a few little things like the Artec rock armor that goes along the bottom, but I really do need to get a bunch of other upgrades, which is something that we're planning on doing with the Debicon 3.0, which is coming up here soon.
Yeah.
Our plan is to do a full roll cage, new seats with the 5-point harnesses, with rock sliders, with skids. And then let's see, we're going to do 1-ton swaps, and we're even talking about going to 42s. So
that's not $500, Deb. That's a lot. That's like 5,000 and plus.
Add some zeros.
You asked what was on the Debicon. So.
Exactly. I know. But I feel like a lot of this is like a love letter to Wes. Like, hey, Wes, like, you put this on. I'm waiting for this, Wes.
I also did some more research too. I did find out if I had $500, how many ducks could that buy? And it came to about 3,300 ducks.
That's perfect. That's like one parking lot, event.
That's the Keep Invasion one night on the Strip. So yes.
Yeah. So John Lee on our JTS Chic Chat live, he said a quality cross member if you have a JK.
Ooh.
And I love this. So I have a Moab cross member that I just had installed before we went to EJS because my stock cross member looked like an S.
Oh, yep.
I banged it up pretty good. So Moab cross member. I do also have Art Tech on Charlie, but she's the truss kit that's on the rear axle.
Nice.
What else? So my Factor 55. Oh my gosh. Love it. Like it's something so small that you add to your Jeep that you're like,
that's true.
I just love it. It's functional and it looks good. So I
Which
love
one do
those.
you have? Which hook do you have? Is it the ultra hook or is it the pacifier, as I call it? Like it kind of sticks out, or people call them the nipple.
I don't know the answer to.
Oh, come on.
I looked at it and I ordered it and I'm like, I like that one.
I guess, is it closer to 500 or closer to 250?
It was, I think, closer to 250.
Gotcha.
Yes. So, Mark, yes, trouble on our TikTok. So I have that. I'm trying to think of my lower end, like type of upgrades. I will say my bullet point mount for my phone has been a game changer.
Yes.
And when you're rock crawling and you're slamming down and you're going over those bumpy trails, you're trying to keep your phone, you got to have your playlist.
You do.
Right there. You got to have your camera running for you to do that. You got to have it right there. And I will say I've been running my bullet point mount for 2 years, and it is just now starting to kind of like loosen a little bit. So if I hit a bump, it'll kind of lower, but it's not terrible. This thing has been primo this entire time. So I highly recommend bullet point mounts. If you're listening, I need one.
Hey, that's Carrie with Ultimate 4x4. They're amazing with bullet point. So
they need
Carrie.
one. Yes. John Lee also said a good GMRS radio.
Yep. That is a good
one. Yes. I bought one off of a friend for $100.
All right.
Yep.
Friends and Facebook Marketplace. I swear it's amazing how far you can get.
Absolutely. So
apparently you can buy an entire truck for $38 off of Marketplace, huh?
Also, I think a good tip too, I know for us at High Off Road, we have all the pull-off parts, right? And, that's part of the deal. And you never know, check your local off-road shop, because there could be parts just waiting for you there that they're looking to offload, or, flash sales and stuff like that. So swap meets are a really great part to, partake in. And you never know. You can get a lot for $500, I feel like.
Right. We were with the Outlaw Jeeps Texas group over at Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it had just rained, I think, the day before, so it was a little bit muddy. And one of the Jeeps there, that was my paint go, PAU, shout out PAU, had kind of slid in the mud and hit their fender on their fender flare on a tree. They had stock fender flares, and I had just had mine replaced. So they were over at the shop at Platinum Off-Road. And so I was like, just go grab them. Don't worry about, I'm not going to sell them to you. I just pulled them off. They're sitting out there. Just go grab them. So yeah, free 99 is always the best the best price for parts.
I agree. My old bumper, my first generation bumper, my first round of build, I was able to sell it, under 500. And I know the Jeep it went on, another red one, and I love seeing it get new life. So it is fun, like when you see your parts going somewhere else and you can actually, watch them grow with it too, like you did, especially on your first round of build. So it's been a lot of fun. LOD for the win.
There you go. There you go. Okay, we have a couple more comments here. A quality bottle jack.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good one. And then a dead pedal. Does anybody here use a dead pedal? No, I don't have one. Deb, do you have one?
Are you talking about like I've got the Banks Monster or Pedal Monster?
No,
is that what you're talking about?
How do you describe a dead pedal? It's on the left side. I know, Amanda, you're right there. We can hear you.
I know.
So it goes on the left side, and you put your foot there as more
like a foot rest almost.
It's like a foot rest.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have one. I probably should get one for as much as you're like in and out of the Jeep, and I think it decreases the fatigue on your foot as well when you're.
I literally had to Google it, guys. I'm not going to lie. I was like, what the heck is that?
It's a dead pedal. There you go. It's a place
I won't hide it. I Googled it.
John Lee said it's a place to rest your foot if you don't have a manual. And then Bucket the Jeep said it's my oh shit pedal.
Okay.
Oh, I love Bucket. Tell her hi for me. So on my TikTok live, I've got Brandon here that says a lunchbox locker for the rear, a lift kit or bumper, or a winch.
Yes. Winches are a must.
Yes.
The ultimate recovery tool.
And now they're all threatening to send me a bunch of ducks.
Oh no. Be careful what you ask for. Tim said for you to look at his. I guess he has one in his Jeep.
Oh,
Natalie,
well,
so
Tim, thank you. Since, she is at the shop right now.
Yes, that Hydro Blue is in the shop right now, getting some upgrades. So, yeah, I think there's a lot. I mean, then we talked about recovery gear on our episode this morning. Mm-hmm. So, like your soft shackles, your tree savers, all that stuff. It's not necessarily going on your Jeep, but it's going to help you when things go sideways.
Protect the investment.
Yes.
Yes! I know. Woo-hoo!
She's back. I think she still has a delay, though.
But she's so cute when she's frozen like this.
I know. She's like this. Poor thing. I know. She's struggling so bad with her internet. We do great as a team, and we want her so bad. Oh, Amanda. Yeah. So, Deb, if you do get ducks, what do you do with them? Like if you come out of the grocery store and somebody puts a duck on your Jeep, what do you do with it?
Do I have to say?
I'm going to be brutally honest. I would be like, well, I just give it to the child next to me.
I have to be nice to both sides because I love both sides. I do.
Fair, right?
We honor them. We put them in a very nice place. But not in our front windshield, definitely.
In their final resting place.
Launch it in the back seat.
So Tyler actually had a good one. He said, well, what about the mesh on the roof? So like the sunshade that Wes put on, that's a really good one, Tyler. I like that.
That is a great one. When I had my hardtop, I put an alien shade from Amazon in there, and it made such a huge difference. And so I know, Deb, you can attest to this with the sun shining as hard as it is in Utah. But when I had my hardtop, I would have somebody to help me come take it off in March, and then we wouldn't put it back on until December.
Smart.
And that July sun is brutal. But I put the alien shade on, and they're pretty inexpensive. You can get those. Yeah, that's a great idea. Great idea.
Paul is saying that I cremate my ducks, and then Brandon is saying that I have a duck graveyard. I don't think that that's exactly what I do, but.
So I will say when my daughter was younger and we were going to a lot of the parking lot events, we had a bag with the ducks that were given to us. And so we'd go and hand them out. And then, of course, we'd collect them. So I still have a bag of ducks, but I try not to keep them in, on my dash. Back when I did run with no doors and we were collecting the ducks, hard left turn and
They were gone. They were
when
gone.
I think my Jeep without doors on, they went floating out into the big mud puddle mess I was in. I was like, oh, look at them back in their natural habitat. Here we go.
Exactly.
And that's the last time I wheel without doors.
Right. I will say that I also lost a pair of sunglasses. So I have my sunglasses in that little pocket.
Yeah.
And I made a left turn and they went sliding out into a major intersection. And I was like, there they go. I'm not going to find them anymore. So maybe a sunglass holder. That's probably a good investment. A sunglass holder.
That's not bad. So Riley actually had an interesting question, and I've actually never ran into this before. He said, what do you carry for anchors to winch from? Sometimes we can't reach a solid object to tie to. I've actually never had to use an anchor. Have you guys ever had to use anchors before?
I have not. I usually use another Jeep if there's not a tree around. So we'll get another Jeep if they have shackles on the back, holding onto that, or having the Jeep turn around and using their winch to pull me up.
I always have Wes, so I can just winch to him. So
exactly.
Either winch to the Jeep, or I've anchored a Jeep winching another vehicle to keep them stable. I've used a rock before. I've had to use a big rock in a creek bed before. I took the tree saver and wrapped it around the rock, and that helped. But I never thought about carrying something additional.
Yeah. I guess with the circle that I wheel with.
Oh.
Yeah, like a land anchor, like that goes into the
Interesting.
Yeah, we can hear her, but we can't see her. She's like a ghost.
So was that you who was just trying to? Hey, Amanda, was that you trying to join as a guest on my live? Because I could see if I can invite you. Maybe.
Maybe. I see her on my TikTok, but I don't know that she can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. I can't hear you, though. Poor Amanda. She's trying her hardest. She is working her little fingers to the bone. She's trying to get on all of these. Let me see if I put the volume up. Let me see.
There you go. Another request, and I can see if I can get her in.
I can hear you now. Perfect. Okay, so she's gonna watch from my TikTok over here. Let's not show the legs in the TikTok.
You guys only want to know what's happening over here. So
Riley said, we have an axle shaft that we can pound into the ground and pull from as an anchor. Interesting. All right.
An axle shaft. That's a good idea. Oh, yeah. And that's also good in case you break an axle shaft.
Yep. Yes, it is.
If we're not going to throw it in the Jeep, we can use it as an anchor. I never thought about that either. And,
it's not bad. It's not bad. I like it.
It's not a bad idea. Let's see here.
I'm going to try to join the world.
Okay. Come on in.
We'll see. Oh, thanks, darling.
I hit accept. There we go. And I think Amanda's still frozen on Instagram, on the Instagram live. You're still frozen on that.
Oh.
Join on the Instagram live, so I'm just live on my Instagram.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay. So we're working the Instagram, we're working the TikTok, we're working the wave room to do everything. So yeah. What else? Like, Amanda, what do you think? We haven't had a chance to talk to you. $500 upgrade, $500 less upgrade for your Jeep.
Okay, so y'all don't get posted it with my Facebook marketplace finds. I mean, I think there's several ways you could go with that. You could do like a lot of the recovery stuff that you're talking about, like different recovery gear, even a budget winch. You could get, maybe a Rubicon takeoff steel bumper and a winch plate off of Facebook Marketplace. You could also get Rubicon springs and coils or springs off of Marketplace, and then get you so maybe instead of the Skyjacker Black Max shocks or something that's more affordable. So there's lots of things that you can do for $500 to get bang for your buck. And I know I heard y'all talk about quick disconnects for those that weren't on a Rubicon. So it just, kind of depends on your platform that you're starting with. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of things you can do. And y'all know I'm a Facebook Marketplace girly.
I am too.
I'm not afraid of it. I get it.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I mean, my tires are used on my Jeep, and there's a lot of stuff on my Jeep that have been donated, and My rock lights are not donated. I bought those off of somebody, and so they're not the best. They're not that bright, and like pink is really purple, and white is really blue, and it's like, when I tried to turn them to red, white, and blue for July 4th, it was like this disarray of colors.
It was. I bought my B-Box off of one of our twins, one of the high lift off-road Jeeps. They were getting ready to do a rebuild on it, and I had the opportunity, and they were the KMC tanks, but they were high lift or hydro blue. And I just powder coated them to be that Bilstein gray, as I call it. I just got new rings for the outer, and you would never know that they were on Little Twin for 2 years. So it's amazing what you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anybody have any other comments, Deb, on your TikTok live?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sebastian said, I know not really part of it, but traction pads would be a good thing.
Yeah.
For certain situations. Brandon said you can use a spare tire and bury it for an anchor. Never thought of doing that.
Okay. Have that shovel with you.
Absolutely. Which is another part of the recovery kit. You can buy a recovery kit with a shovel and I think you guys were talking about a bottleneck jack. So a shovel as well. Let's see. They asked if we off-road in the mud too, or just the desert and rocks. So I think that my answer is very different than you guys, because you guys are in Texas, right? We don't do any kind of mudding here at all. But I assume that you guys do, though, right?
Kentucky for sure. That Kentucky peanut butter, as we call it, it'll stick with you.
No, when we go wheeling, so let's say if we go to Hot Springs, Arkansas, or we go to Hidden Falls, places like that, if there are mud pits, we go around them. And Amanda is agreeing with me right now, because it is so hard to clean.
It is so hard to clean. I'm spoiled with Utah now. This is why I want to move there.
Yeah, and it's funny because I do have a commenter that said something like, do you guys not use high lift jacks? And for me, it's like when Wes and I have talked about jacks, it's like you just roll up onto a rock. That's your lift. That's your jack.
Well, they're so dangerous. High lift jacks are very dangerous if you don't know how to use them properly, right? Like they are one of the most dangerous out there. Mm-hmm. We bring a big floor jack with us, honestly, and strap it in the back of our Gladiator, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, we've never had to use a lift at all. I mean, or a jack at all. It's
knock on wood, Debbie.
No. That's not to say that we've never had to on the trail. We've had many of those. Don't get me wrong.
Okay,
but that's what rocks are for.
That's very true. Yes, it is.
Yes, in terms that they are very dangerous.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share what we did in Hot Springs when we went wheeling with Amanda and Micah, and we had an issue with the trailer that needed to get fixed before. Oh. So I borrowed Micah's trailer to haul Charlie to Utah and to a couple of these trips. And something had happened to the leaf springs where they got upside down. Am I saying that right?
Oh, yeah.
Managed to trailer out there like that, but it was like, we need to fix that before it comes back. And so Micah brings his Jeep on his trailer, which he has a gooseneck long 2-car hauler, right? So he brings his Jeep on his trailer and points it backwards. We bring the trailer underneath, and he uses his winch to pick up the trailer to fix this. And it was just like this comedy of like, you had to like slam the trailer down to like get him to go upside. It was, I don't know. Amanda, it was hot, so Amanda and I were standing off to the side with an umbrella. I know.
I mean, that's a way to do it, I guess.
That's one way to do it.
Definitely one way.
Well, in Hot Springs, their trailer parking is up a hill, and it's like gravel, and it's really uneven, and they kind of just need to level it. So it's really hard to just put a jack underneath it and try to lift it up. It was, hey, next best thing, we're going to use a winch on top of the Jeep on top of the trailer and use a winch. Why not?
Hey, it got the job done, right?
It got the job done. I was able to trailer back safely. Micah has his trailer back, and so we're good.
Now you're on Facebook Marketplace looking for a trailer.
I am looking for a trailer. I am actively looking for a trailer right now. And before the fall season gets here, we're going to get one, because I will never go back to driving Charlie across the state of Texas ever again.
I told
Do you
you.
just need a one vehicle hauler, or do you need two?
Just one.
Reach out to Wes. We might be able to help you.
Oh, okay.
We might have something.
Okay.
Might have something.
I will message you because I'm down.
So we do have a couple questions on here.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's questions for you guys. What's your favorite off-road park?
Oh boy.
Natalie, I'll let you start.
I mean, for me, the local girl in Cincinnati over here, I really enjoy Hollerwood down in Slade, Kentucky. It's about 2.5 hours from here, and it's in the Red River Gorge area, right outside Lexington. It's just a fun weekend getaway, and we host a lot of events there. But but Moab definitely has my heart. It does. But local kid to Kentucky, let's go get dirty. Hollerwood Park.
Fair enough.
There you go. I'm going to bring Amanda closer this way, and I'm going to turn this camera around.
Hi, Amanda. Oh, sweetheart.
That's the way to do it.
Make it bigger. She's like this tiny little square at the bottom.
Oh my gosh. So what is your favorite, Janet?
My favorite park, it really is a split. If it wasn't so far, it would be Moab, which is not technically a park, but it's trails. So it would definitely be Moab. But as far as a park to go to, Hot Springs, since it's close, it's a 5-hour drive. That's going to be where I'm going to go if I had the option every single time.
What about Amanda? See if she can answer for us.
All right. I'll point her this way.
Okay,
Let me turn her up. Hold on. Let me turn you up real quick. I took a screenshot. Look, listen.
Oh my God.
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
You guys have to see this.
I have a 2-part answer. My first one would be Sand Hollow,
Yes.
right? Because it's just so much fun and so many like awesome obstacles and trails like compact in one place. In Texas, it's going to be Wolf Caves.
Ooh.
Yes, I need to get to Wolf Caves. That's one of my wants, like bucket list kind of deals. I'm sorry, we're echoing now. But this is how we're going to have Amanda join the party.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And we're seeing a lot of your house, Janet, so we appreciate
I know. I'm
it.
trying to like aim it down, but then you can't see her.
Unhinged moment. Oh my! I have heard, a lot of people say when they've been to Moab versus Sand Hollow. So I always hear, that's always a big deal. And once a lot of people go to Moab first, and then they conquer Sand Hollow, and then you ask the big question: what is your favorite after that? So Deb, between those two, if you don't mind me asking you, what is your favorite between those two? Because I've done both. So what is your favorite between those two?
Without hesitation, Sand Hollow.
Yeah,
without
it happens every time. Yes,
without hesitation, because Moab is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong; like it is really, really pretty. Sand Hollow, there's not a ton of scenery, but I'm sorry, I don't drive my Jeep for the scenery. If I wanted to see the scenery, I just drive around in my truck.
Yep.
But if I'm going to go out and if I'm going to put sticky Mickeys on my Jeep, if I am going to do thousands of dollars worth of upgrades, I'm not going to go down a dirt trail, you know, like with a few different obstacles in the way. I'm going to go on the hardest dang trail I can possibly go. And I'm going to push it as hard as I can until I break on that trail. Like that's just me though. Like I agree with you. If I want to go to Moab, like I'll buy a stock Jeep and go in a stock Jeep. But if I'm going to invest money into modifying my Jeep, it's not going to be Moab.
I agree with you. I think that's why I enjoyed Moab so much this year. I had a off the lot style new Jeep that's coming out, and it was on 37s. And I really felt like I had to earn it, right? I wasn't on, 40s or 42s. Like I was earning it in that Jeep, which made it a lot more fun. But then Sand Hollow was always in the forefront of my mind. I loved it. But the lake is so beautiful in the background. You do get some cool shots like while you're there.
It is cool. Yeah.
It's like you turn around like, oh, there it is. The Fallen might have been my favorite. That trail, it was a solid day for me to do that one. I really enjoyed that one. I think because the idea behind it too, being the whole military theme, that one was one of my favorites. Yeah. In the maze. Oh my God. I fell in the maze. Shocking. I
Maze,
fell down a lot. So.
everything. I do have a few comments on here.
Yeah.
So Jeep and Jen, mwah, you're here, Jeep and Jen. Love ya. She said that she's in Arizona, doesn't have a lot of parks, but they have a lot of off-roading areas. Hello, everybody. Someone was asking, I didn't see this. That's Riley. Has anybody made it through Devil's Gate? Isn't that in Moab? Isn't that on Hell's Revenge, right?
Yep.
Hell's Gate, right?
Hell's Gate. Yep.
Hell's Gate, right? Yeah. So Riley, we did Hell's Gate. If you look onto our YouTube, we've done Hell's Gate, and No, Janet, you weren't with us that day. That was the last day. But Amanda, she was with us. She did Hell's Gate with us, and I actually have her lifting a tire up. I actually got a really cool shot of it.
Oh, fun. Did you guys do escalator that day too? Absolutely,
we did.
All right.
Yeah, and Wes, of course, walked up it like the jerk he is, and I would have walked right up of it. Wes had me on the right line, but there was some oil and water in this like hole that you kind of go through. You know how that front driver drops down.
Yep.
Anyways, I was on the right one and I was pulling out of it, and it just slipped off of it, and then it took a bit to get me right back into the right area. But yeah, she crawled up it. But this was after watching like 10 other people not make it.
Yeah.
So
starting to vape and everything else.
Felt good.
I agree. I did it in the gear, Janet, the blue gear that you got to see.
Yes.
So I was very, I actually got emotional afterwards. I cried because I was so proud. So
that was the one trail that I wanted to do that I did not get to do because of extenuating circumstances. But that was like my dream of like, let's do Hell's Revenge. And I want to go up Hell's Gate, and I didn't get to do it. But EJS next year, that is going to be like no holds barred. We are doing that one because I need to do it in Charlie for sure.
Absolutely.
But I don't want to psych myself out on it. Like I see these videos and all these people are flopping, and it's like, no, just hang to the right, just hang to the right, just hang to the right. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Riley asked, what's the hardest trail or spot you've ever been on or that you didn't make it?
Oh boy.
Holy Cross in Colorado, where I bent my drag link. I feel like I'm holding a baby, and I'm like, I keep looking at Amanda so she doesn't feel left out. Like I'm holding her up so she can see.
Have her. I can have her co-host on mine too if you want. Have her jump into my live.
Do you want to jump in her live? She said, sure. She's going to jump over there. I had the camera flip, so she's watching us. So anyway, so Holy Cross in Colorado it's right up there with Cliffhanger. It's right up there with Cliffhanger in Utah. So Holy Cross has the first part of the trail before you get the chance to kind of duck out and turn around and go back before it gets really difficult. There's a gatekeeper that I did have to winch up. Now, I say that because we had daisy chained, towed up a dead Jeep to that halfway point up the trail, and it was difficult. And so I think at that point I had bent my drag link, and when I tried to get up that obstacle, we had already held up two people, or I'm sorry, this long trail of people getting to that obstacle by 2 hours when they were trying to get this dead Jeep off of the trail. So we decided to winch up. I was with Zabo, Texas Rattler. He went up it just fine because he's on 42s and like this monster of a Jeep. And so I get to it and I'm just slipping, and that gatekeeper like falls off to the left side. Like if you start sliding, you're going to die. So it was pretty wet. And he was like, you know what, let's just winch you up. And there is a winch point. He's like, let these people go by and then we can do the rest of the trail. So that one was pretty hard, but Cliffhanger by far has been like the pucker, like, okay, but I made it through all those obstacles, but it was like oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
I do have one commenter asking if you guys have been out to the Big Bend area.
Oh, I haven't wheeled there, but I've hiked there and ridden horses there. It's beautiful, beautiful.
I'm going to say no, only because you have to camp
You do
out
have to
there.
camp.
So I
I
believe
did
it's
that.
called Maris. If I'm probably thinking of the wrong place, but either way, if you go out to West Texas, you have to camp, and I'm not a camping
You
girly.
overland to Marriott's.
I overland to Marriott's. If I have to, I'll like put up a tent on the trailer and sleep out there for like one night,
Mm-hmm.
but it has to be like 68 degrees outside.
There are
Not
requirements.
By no means am I a princess, because I'll hang with the best of them, but camping is kind of where I draw the line.
I get it.
I don't know.
I think just real quick, my toughest trail, I think still hands down, even with Sand Hollow, Pritchett Canyon. My first time doing Pritchett in Moab, that was my hardest. I think I had every emotion and experienced everything on that one. Successfully, but it was a day, long day. Didn't get back until we started at 7 a.m., got back at 10 p.m. It was one of those. So,
Yeah.
But it was amazing. Huge accomplishment. Really proud of myself on that one.
Yeah. I watched a YouTube on that just the other day, and it's
crazy.
I think in 2 years I'll be ready to do that. I don't think next year at EJS I'm still going to be ready, but I think the year after.
EJS, go back at another time.
Yes.
You don't feel rushed. It's like being on the golf course when there's someone behind you, and like you don't want to feel rushed. True. And oh my gosh, it is, and it's so beautiful. The scenery down there is like no other. So
yeah.
Good.
All right, Deb. What's yours?
Yeah.
The hardest.
Yeah.
Or just like my own personal, like my own. Hold on.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
it's like a spa.
Is that Amanda joining the world?
It was something with my live. Oh, and Amanda's saying, tell Janet that we're running Pritchett next year.
Oh God.
Yes.
What's funny is she will be the one to be like, let's go, girl. Like when I was trying to pull the trailer for the first time, she was like, just go, just do it. And I'm like,
oh, Jen knows me so well. She knows exactly what I'm going to say.
What are you going to say?
It wasn't a hard obstacle at all. Yeah. Reggie calls me inchworm for a reason. But
is this past year at EJS? The one that
it was at EJS. It was, so I'm so used to going up super, super hard obstacles. Like you give me a wall, I will climb it. You give me a drop off, I will drop off of it. I don't care. Like, I don't know. I just look at it. If I break it, I break it, whatever. Something that I can't get over is I don't like heights. I like cliffhanger is a hard no for me. Hard no. And I've worked myself up. It's been like baby steps, like baby steps. So I remember there was on Unforgiven, they don't have an actual name for it. They just call it death turn, but you turn and literally you have part of a tire like halfway off, and it's pitching you into it. But you have to understand, like, this cliff is like, it's only like 15 feet, right? But it's still like, you're still going to roll into it, right? But it's like, you're literally looking down into this like little ravine. There's a difference between 15 feet and 1,000 feet.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like I was able to look down on that one like, okay, I'm fine. I'm good. I was terrified, but I'm good. But no one even warned me about this obstacle on this one. We're like, where are we going today? We're going to Flatiron Mesa. Okay. I've never heard of that before.
They made it seem like Flatiron Mesa was like this chill trail, because we opted out of doing Pritchett that day because it had rained or snowed that morning.
Yep.
So they were like, you're never going to make it through Pritchett, so we're going to go to Flatiron Mesa instead. And there were 5-6 Jeeps out there in our group.
About there. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was actually sick that day because we did pickle the day before, and all that dust caused a sinus infection. And I also forgot to fill up Charlie before we got on the trail. And I had a quarter of a tank of gas starting the trail. And about halfway through, I was like,
yeah, at lunchtime, I think you found out about this obstacle. That's what I'm starting to think.
Well, so I think even Mark was saying, hey, there's an obstacle coming up that blah, 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 blah. And he's like, you're going to miss it. You're going to really want to do it. And I felt so like the pressure in my face was terrible. Plus Charlie, if she went down like this, she was going to run out of gas. Like it was just going to be like, puffing.
The EJS crud was real, by the way, from all that dust. Everyone was feeling
Lesson learned to take a gator next year and goggles if we're going to run pickle. Because
and a neti pot. I hear that's the trick. Yes. Jeff Pratt from JPP, neti pots every night at EJS, and he does not have sinus issues. I was like, oh, look at that. Thanks, Jeff.
Yes. But Deb did post a video of her coming across this obstacle. And she's like creeping around because it's like this rock, like right here. You're having to come this way. And Reggie did say, she's like, I'm going to nickname you Inchworm because she was like, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost there. And even when she was good, they were like, come on, Debbie. She's like, no.
Yeah. So we were at lunchtime and I was getting an interview from Wes. And we were talking, like, we honestly thought that was the end of the trail. Like we had already been, going for a couple hours, a couple good obstacles, that cool waterfall obstacle that we did. That was a cool one. And we're like, I guess this is the end of the day. And Gary's like, no, the best part's ahead of us. I was like, okay. So he starts talking about what's coming up. And he's talking about, there's one doozy that you're going around this corner and it's like 1,000-foot drop. And I'm like, excuse me?
What
was that? Say that again. And like, I look over at Wes and I even have it on video. I was like, so what you're saying is this is a good place for us to like go home. And he looks at me. He's like, you're not getting out of anything. Like you're staying, you face your fears.
Yeah. That's how you would always tell us to face our fears. I love that.
And so we get going and we get to this point on the trail and we're all lined up. And I swear I invited Amanda in here. She should be in here. She should be able to add to this.
Oh,
you're here?
I hear a voice.
Where are you? I can't see you. I can't hear you.
I can see you and you can hear me.
Okay.
Everybody can hear me.
That's fair. Can you guys hear her?
Yes, we can.
God, is that you?
Okay. So we get to this point where I can see that there's like this drop off, right? And we're going along and we're just like kind of like cruising along this like dirt road. And there's like this, obviously this cliff and this canyon area and everything. And I even pull out the GoPro because I'm feeling so proud of myself. I'm just like, look at me. I'm not even scared. I'm looking at it, whatever. We get to a spot and we pull over and we're taking pictures. Do you remember this, Amanda? Where like we were like taking pictures and I'm like, oh yeah, I drove past that and I was so good. I was so brave. And then they're like, that wasn't it.
You're like, that's
not even close.
The worst. So for those of you that are in my TikTok, so Amanda, that's Walker, Texas Wrangler. She is one of the co-hosts with Chic Chat, and she's been a dear friend of mine now since last Trail Hero. We went on the maze together last year at Trail Hero. She's a great friend. Anyways, so then we come to where it is. What was it called again? It's going to come to me later. But anyways, it has a name. And we come up to it, and I like Amanda's in front of us, Micah's in front of us, everybody's in front of us, and I grab the GoPro and I walk over there and I look at it, and it's like literally a wall, and there's enough room to where there's barely enough for like the edge of your tire to go around, and I'm like, oh hell no, like this is no for me, like no. And Wes is like, you're doing it, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing this.
There was no choice there. There was no choice.
What's funny is that when Reggie was going around it, I think it made it worse because she started screaming when she was going around it. And so I'm like, if Reggie is afraid of this, like, what am I doing? Like, can I turn around? Like, I'll find another way out of here. Like don't tempt me. So anyways, they bullied me into doing it. And so I was going around it, and you always know if you watch any of my videos, if you see me holding on to, remember those tube doors that I was telling you guys about that are really good, like budget purchase. If you see me holding those tube doors, that's when you know I'm really scared. All right.
Oh, no.
I was holding on to it for dear life. And so we were going around this and it literally took every ounce of my being to push the gas pedal because I was so terrified. I was laughing just so I wouldn't cry, basically. And Reggie,
yeah.
she's like, I'm going to name your Jeep Inchworm. And so, that's my Jeep's name now is Inchworm. But we made it. We did it. It wasn't hard.
I'll make you a little decal. It says
Oh my God.
But come next TJS, I'm slapping it on there.
Jeeping Jen said I was scared just watching the video because she's 100% the same.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's not for the faint of heart, for real.
Wasn't hard.
Yeah.
It was hard.
All right, guys, we're going to do one more question. Jen or Deb, what do you have? Any questions on your live right now? One more question.
Do we have any more? Let me go up.
Any more questions? Janet, do you have any questions? Any on yours?
I don't. I think our Instagram live, we're good on this side.
All right. Well, I got a question. What was everyone? We have to pick one of what was said tonight. What was the one 500 and under modification that we learned about that was your favorite? For me, honestly, it was the quick disconnects. That wasn't originally on my list. It was the steering stabilizer. So the quick disconnect.
Yes. Deb, what was yours?
Can it be one of mine?
Yes, absolutely.
No, the tube doors for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
I knew you were going to say tube doors. I was hoping you were going to.
For mine, it was a tube doors, and I didn't even think of that because I did have tube doors before I put my graphics on my Jeep, so it would just look funny if I took the doors off now. But when I did have my tube doors and I wheeled s'more with the tube doors, it made a huge difference
because you can see.
Being able to see out is just amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sad I got rid of them, but it's for good reason. My graphics are on the side, so you got to be able to see those.
And so we're able to get Amanda in on this. Yeah. Can she answer?
Yes.
Oh, I can see you right there.
Deb's now figuring out.
I finally figured it out. Here, now you can see everybody. Does that help you, Amanda?
So, Amanda, what is your favorite 500 and below modification?
So y'all know me. It's going to be a Facebook Marketplace hodgepodge of picking up maybe some take-off coils and shocks and get yourself a little bit more clearance.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. Fill that card up. Well, girls, I think it's time. The trail ride is over, unfortunately. But I definitely see us doing this again. I can't thank everybody enough. What a fun experience. I look forward to this all day. So thank you, everyone, very, very much. And real quick, if you guys don't mind, where can we find you? Janet, where can we find you on Instagram?
On Instagram and TikTok, I'm at charlie.jku. You can find me there, find videos of Charlie. Sometimes I'm sprinkled in there every once in a while.
Sometimes you are. And Deb, how can we find you?
Well, you can sometimes find Charlie in our lives, sometimes on Beaman Builds. We love you. We love you. You can find us at Beaman Builds on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube.
And Amanda, I know you can kind of hear me. Where can we find you, girl?
You can find me on Instagram at walker.texas.wrangler.
My favorite name, as always.
And Natalie, it's time for yours. It's that long one. Let's hear it.
Don't worry. I have it pulled up because I changed my name like an idiot. But you guys can always find me at High Left Off Road on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, but also at gypsy_JK_red 4x4. Still way too long, but I can't go back now. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this evening's trail ride. And thank you guys for joining us. And that is it for this episode of also Chic Chat, not to forget, with Jeep Talk Show. We hope you've been inspired by our stories, insights, and those tips that we shared today with the $500 and below budget builds. Remember, there are no limits to what you can achieve when you embrace your passion and fearlessly chase your dreams. But also remember, if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe to the Jeep Talk Show so you'll never miss one. Also on YouTube, because then you get to see all of us and the cats. Hello. Remember to embrace the thrill of the off-road, embody your own unique style, and always keep pushing the boundaries of what you thought possible, because anything is possible.
Thanks, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming live, everybody. Tim, you're in Lebanon, Ohio. Thanks for bringing your Jeep in. Happy you're here.
Broadcasting since 2010.
You're my friend. You're my new friend.